If you've ever clicked a link to an e-resource, a journal article, a database, an ebook, and gotten an error instead of the content you needed, you're not alone. These access problems happen constantly, and most of them have quick fixes. In this video, we're going to walk through the most common e-resource access issues and exactly how to resolve them. Let's start with the most frequent culprit: not being recognized as an authorized user. Most libraries and institutions grant access based on your network connection or your login credentials. If you're on campus or connected to your institution's network, access should usually be seamless. But the moment you try to access resources from home or off-site, things can break down. The solution here is a VPN, or virtual private network. Your library or IT department should provide one. When you connect to the VPN, your computer appears to be on the institution's network, and most e-resource access problems tied to location will disappear immediately. Check your library's website for instructions on downloading and configuring the VPN for your institution. The second major issue involves your browser. Cookies, cached data, and browser extensions, especially ad blockers and privacy tools, can actively interfere with e-resource authentication. The fix is often simpler than you'd expect. First, try opening the resource in a private or incognito window. This disables most extensions and clears the session state. If the resource loads successfully in private mode, the problem is almost certainly an extension or a stale cookie in your main browser session. To permanently fix it, go into your browser settings and clear your cache and cookies. Then, whitelist your library's proxy or authentication server in any ad blockers or privacy extensions you use. The URL you're looking for usually contains words like EZproxy, off, or your institution's domain name. If a specific resource still fails in your regular browser after clearing cache, try a completely different browser altogether. Some e-resource platforms have known compatibility issues with certain browsers. Next, let's talk about proxy and EZproxy issues specifically. Many institutions use proxy service. EZproxy is the most common, to authenticate off-campus users. If you see a login page that looks slightly different from what you expect, or if you get redirected in a loop, the proxy configuration may be the issue. First, make sure you're accessing the resource through your library's portal, not through a direct link you saved months ago. Direct links can bypass the proxy entirely. Instead, go to your library's website, find the database or journal you need, and click through from there. This ensures the proxy authentication happens correctly. If you're being redirected repeatedly with no resolution, your session may have timed out. Log out of the proxy completely, clear your browser cookies, and start fresh from the library portal. Another common scenario: you get partway into a resource, maybe you found the article you need, and then it asks you to pay or says you don't have access. This often happens because you landed on the publisher's site directly, bypassing your library subscription. The fix is the Get It At Your Institution button or a library link resolver. Many libraries use tools like OpenURL or link resolvers to connect you from a citation to the full text your institution has licensed. If you've landed on a journal or publisher site without going through your library, look for a link resolver button, check if the resource is available through your library's database list, or use your library's discovery system to find the same article.
Password and account problems are another consistent source of frustration. If your login isn't working, the first step is always to check whether you're using the correct username and password. And this may sound obvious, but many institutions use a specific library card number, student ID, or employee ID rather than your regular network login. Check your library's login page for guidance on which credential to use. If you've verified the credentials and still can't log in, your account may be expired or have a hold on it. Contact your library directly. This is usually a fast fix. Two-factor authentication, or 2FA, can also cause issues if you're traveling or using a new device. Make sure your authentication app or backup codes are accessible before you need them. Let's talk about mobile access, which has its own quirks. Accessing e-resources from a phone or tablet adds another layer of complexity. Some platforms require you to use a specific app rather than a mobile browser. For example, many ebook platforms like Overdrive, Libby, or ProQuest eBook Central have dedicated apps that handle authentication more smoothly than a mobile browser. If you're using a library app, make sure it's updated to the latest version. Outdated app versions can lose their authentication tokens and drop you out unexpectedly. For mobile browser access, the VPN recommendation still applies. Connect to your institution's VPN on your mobile device the same way you would on a laptop. Now, what if the resource itself appears to be down? Before spending an hour troubleshooting your own setup, check whether the issue is on the provider's end. Most major e-resource platforms, Elsevier, ProQuest, EBSCO, Springer, have status pages. Search for the platform name plus system status to find them. Your library may also post outage notifications on their website or social media. For research databases specifically, if you're following a link that leads to a paywall or broken page, find the article's DOI, the Digital Object Identifier, usually listed near the abstract, and paste it directly into DOI.org. This takes you straight to the publisher's page. From there, go through your library's access route to get the full text. Finally, when nothing else works, contact your library. Libraries deal with e-resource access problems every day, and most have a dedicated support channel. When you reach out, give them the name of the resource, the error message, your browser and device, and whether you are on campus or off campus. The more context you provide, the faster they can help. Let's recap the key fixes. 1. Use your institution's VPN when off campus. 2. Clear your browser cache and cookies and check your extensions. 3. Always access resources through your library's portal. 4. Use a library link resolver to find licensed full text. 5. Verify you're using the correct login credentials. 6. Check the platform status page before assuming the problem is yours. 7. For broken links, use the article's DOI on DOI.org. And 8. Contact your library. They can resolve issues quickly when given good information. E-resource access doesn't have to be a mystery. With these fixes in hand, you can get to the content you need and get back to your work.